time to meet the men from the Ministry. We're about to take another gentle kick at the seat of government with Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham and the men from the Ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. In some government offices, there's a danger of monotony, doing the same job, meeting the same people, passing the same buck. But the General Assistance Department handles many different tasks, helping any department that's overloaded. And they always move with the times.
Morning, Mr. Lamb.
Bonjour, Mildred. Fermez la porte, s'il vous plaît. Il y a un rotten draft.
Blimey, Mr. Lamb, what are you on about?
I'm learning French.
Oh, you've been eating garlic.
I did put a little on my cornflakes this morning.
I hear you did some pamphlets for the employment department.
Yes, for distribution in industry. Translating all the essential phrases like, when is the next tea break? And tout le monde au dehors.
What's that?
Everybody out. I've also been handling some jobs for the Ministry of Agriculture.
Oh, yeah, the International Dairy Show.
Yes, there were complaints about the buses being held up by herds of cattle in the Earls Court Road. I've had them rerouted over Hammersmith Flyover.
You sent the buses over Hammersmith Flyover?
No, the cattle.
Morning, Tor. Morning, Mildred.
Morning, Mr. Lennox-BROWN.
What's that on my desk?
Oh, those queries you dealt with for the Family Allowance Office, that's one you missed.
Ah, yes. Well, read it out, Mildred, will you? Whilst I comb my moustache.
Right. It's a letter from a woman in Slough.
Oh, yes.
She says, Dear Sir, I haven't yet received my allowance. I have 9 children. Can you tell me why this is?
It's nothing to do with me. It's not even my department.
Oh.
There is a more urgent matter.
Righty-ho, sir. Nice and strong and 4 lumps as usual.
That's the idea. It's Sir Gregory, you know. Any rotten jobs going around, he sends them to us. He seems to have the idea we're slacking ever since he saw you bringing those deck chairs into the office.
Lennox-BROWN.
Oh, Sir Gregory, do come in, please. Watch us hard at work, you know.
I'd like to do that. I've never witnessed a miracle before. Now listen, you two. I've a little job for you.
Oh, but Sir Gregory, please, I mean, we're already helping the Ministry of Agriculture and the Employment Department.
Now you'll be helping the Arts Council as well.
Oh, really?
There's a big gala performance at the Royal Festival Hall tomorrow night. A major cultural event.
Oh, yes, I read about it. It's a festival of British ballet, isn't it? And Elizabethan music.
Yes, some arty, crafty rubbish like that.
Well, don't you like madrigals, Sir Gregory?
I don't think I've ever tasted one. Anyway, the point is, the Arts Council are still very tied up with their exhibition of contemporary dustbin lids. So they want some help with their seating arrangements.
You leave it to us, sir?
I intend to. You're to go to the festival hall this morning. And another thing, someone will have to attend tomorrow's show to represent this department.
Oh, I take it that'll be you, sir.
You take it wrong.
Oh.
I hate ballet. Last time I went, I couldn't hear a word. Lots of pansies leaping about in those ridiculous body stockings.
Tight, Sir Gregory.
Tight to the point of obscenity, as I remember. No, I can't face that again. You two will have to go.
Yes, well, it'll be an honor, sir.
And you'll have to dress up. There'll be a lot of so-called VIPs there, artistes and that sort. Lots of foreign riffraff, too, I shouldn't wonder.
We'll look forward to it, Sir Gregory. Thank you very much.
Well, I must be off now. I want to try out my new Rolls Royce.
You've got a new Rolls, Sir Gregory?
Yes, 12,000 this new one cost me.
Good Lord. A month's salary gone, just like that.
You will have your little joke, eh, Lennox-BROWN?
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, don't.
There you go, sir.
This concert might be fun. I hear the PM may be there.
Yes, well, don't tell Sir Gregory, or he'll want to go after all. You know what a snob he is.
It's only me with a lovely cup of tea.
Ah, thank you, Mildred. After that, we have to pop off to the festival hall.
Oh, now you won't be late back from lunch, will you, sir? You said I could go at 3 today.
Oh, yes, of course, you're off to the country, aren't you?
My boyfriend's got tickets for this pop rave up in a disused mine shaft in Kent. Oh, it'll be all happening down there.
I'm sure it will. Yes, well, now, we'll get back as soon as we can, and you can go straight off.
No, Bernard, I can't come yet. They're still not back from lunch and the phones never stop ringing. Oh, first there was the Arts Council fussing about parking facilities for their show tomorrow, and I've kept getting calls from someone called Grummett at the Ministry of Agriculture. Now he says he's coming over. Oh, I expect that's him now. Look, Bernard, I'll be down the minute they get back. Ta-ra. Come in.
Oh, good afternoon. I'm from the Ministry of Agriculture. Grummett's my name, Senior Agricultural Planner. SAP to you.
Well, I'm afraid Mr. LENNOX-BROWN and Mr. Lamb aren't back from lunch yet.
Oh, dear, how tedious. I've a frightfully important job for them.
Oh, they've got a lot to do already.
Nevertheless, they're obliged to help us in any emergency. And an emergency is just what we've got. This dairy show. Oh, it's too trying. All our chaps are tied up at Earl's Court. And now there's a prize cow arriving at the docks tomorrow.
You mean that American film star who's always
No. This is a real cow, a continental champion they've entered for our show.
Oh.
Vast pedigree. Princess Caroline of Hamburg, she's called. I believe it's the breed from which we get hamburgers.
And what have our bosses got to do?
Well, I've a telegram here from the farming executive.
Oh, yes. Princess Caroline of Hamburg, arriving Southampton Wednesday 1400 stop. Have ministry officials meet her with suitable transport and escort her to show. Oh, they won't like that.
Well, it's just a matter of dealing with landing permits and so on. There's a special quarantine concession. Well, I must dash now. Cattle everywhere. I'm just up to my eyes in it.
General Assistance Department, Mildred Muffin here. Oh, hello, Bernard. No, I can't, can I? I can't leave the office empty. Yeah, I'll put everything on his desk so I can go the moment they get here. Oh, hold on, I can hear them coming. I'll be right down.
Sorry we're late, Mildred, but old Fumbler Grant next door retires today. Dragged us into his office for a drink. Any messages?
Yes, sir. One from the Ministry of Agriculture and one from the Arts Council. They're both in your in tray under your galoshes. I've got to go now. Bernard's waiting. Ta-ra, sir. See you tomorrow.
Yes, bye.
Odd giving old Fumbler a bowler hat for a leaving present. You'd think he wouldn't need one anymore.
Well, that's what he asked for, apparently. You know, sort of symbol of retirement, really. He's not going to wear it. Oh, no. He's going to fill it with earth and grow begonias in it.
Oh, I see.
Yes, he says he'll keep it by his bedside and water it every night.
Fancy all these important people coming to tomorrow's concert. It'll be quite an occasion.
Yes, well, just as well they called us in on the seating arrangements. The staff seemed amazed when I produced my master plan out of my head.
Yes, you had the whole thing in a nutshell.
Yes.
Mildred said there was a message from the Arts Council, didn't she?
Oh, yes, that's right, she did, didn't she? Wait a minute, let's see what we've got here. Wait a minute. Check on parking facilities. Oh, that'll be the Min of Ag and their wretched dairy show.
Aye.
Now, wait a minute. There's a telegram here. Now, this must be it. Wait a minute. Princess Caroline of Hamburg arriving Southampton Wednesday, 1400. Have ministry officials meet her with suitable transport and escort her to show. Good Lord.
I say, one, a real princess
Yes.
coming over specially for the gala performance, and the Arts Council want us to meet her?
Royal ladies have to be handled with tact and charm, you know. Oh, yeah, especially foreign ones. There could be an OBE in this, you know. LENNOX-BROWN.
Oh, Grummett here. Did you get my message about Princess Caroline of Hamburg?
Yes, indeed we did.
I hope you don't mind going all the way down to Southampton.
Not at all. It's an honour.
She'll be aboard the Berengaria, arriving number 3 dock.
Berengaria, number 3 dock, yes?
You will make sure she gets to the show on time.
Oh, you can rely on us. Yes, we'll take care of everything.
Well, I do hope so. Bye.
Order a bouquet of roses, too, and we'll present them to the princess tomorrow.
Right. Oh, and I'll reserve hotel accommodation.
Yes. Try and get the penthouse suite at the Park View.
Right.
Yes, be nice to the princess to look out on some green grass. Oh, and I tell you what, send out a press release, will you? Because journalists may want to interview you.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, and the telegram says provide suitable transport. What sort of thing is suitable for a princess?
Well, not the standard ministry car with the cardboard upholstery. Wait a minute, I've got it. Yes, now listen. Perhaps we could borrow Sir Gregory's Rolls-Royce.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
Well, you ask him. I want to keep my job.
Oh, I don't mind asking him. The ugly old devil doesn't frighten me.
Oh, LENNOX-BROWN.
Oh, Jim, why, I didn't mean you, Sir Ugly.
He was talking about another ugly old devil.
Oh, be quiet, both of you. Have you got that Arts Council nonsense in hand?
Indeed we have, sir. Yes, and in that connection, we wondered if you would be willing to, lend us your new Rolls Royce.
Lend you my new Rolls Royce?
Yes.
LENNOX-BROWN, I must say you're very amusing sometimes.
Yes.
Lend my new Rolls?
Yes.
To you?
That's right, sir.
The answer's no.
Oh, well, you see, sir, we have to transport Princess Caroline from Southampton to the festival hall.
What's that? Princess Caroline?
She's coming all the way from Hamburg to attend the gala performance.
Oh, I'd no idea royalty would be present. You're quite sure about this?
Oh, yes, indeed, sir. Yes, the Arts Council had a telegram from Germany.
You know, I've been thinking perhaps I should attend this concert tomorrow. Pity I can't come to Southampton. Blasted meeting at the Treasury. Tell you what, you escort Her Royal Highness up to London, and I'll escort her to the festival hall.
Yes. And what about the car, sir?
Well, we have certain standards to keep up.
Yes.
Yes, you'd better borrow my Rolls.
We'll take great care of it, Sir Gregory.
Oh,
It'll only be used by us and the princess.
Yes, well, that seems all right. Princess Caroline in my new car, eh? I suppose in her way she'll christen it for me.
You lead the way up the gangplank. I'll come behind with the roses.
Yes, wait a minute now. Hang on. There's a sailor up there. He'll tell us where we can find the princess. Ahoy there. Can you help us?
I doubt it. What you doing coming on here?
Oh, well, we are from the ministry, and now we're meeting Princess Caroline of Hamburg and escorting her to London. So.
Oh, yeah, she's on board. But you'll have to sign her landing papers first.
We mustn't keep her waiting, too. I'll tell you what, you go and greet the princess while I deal with these papers.
Yeah, righto, one.
Yes.
Where is she?
She's on this deck. She'll be waiting round the corner there.
Right, I'll go and greet her then.
Did Princess Caroline have a good trip?
Well, she was a bit nervous at first, till some of the sailors tickled her ears. That calmed her down.
Oh, yes, it would, of course, naturally. What?
She got quite stroppy with the purser, rolled her eyes and kicked him on the knees.
Good Lord. Yes, well, of course, some of these continentals are rather highly strung.
Could I have a word with you?
You're trembling. Did the Royal Highness like the bouquet?
I think so, one.
Well, what do you mean? You think she liked it?
Well, yes, I'm sure she did. She ate it.
Oh, good. Well, in that case, we...
Ate it? Look, here comes the princess now.
Oh, Mr. LENNOX-BROWN, you're back.
Yes.
But why are you whispering and creeping about on tiptoe?
Is the coast clear? Anybody about?
Well, only me. Whatever's the matter?
Well, I hardly know how to tell you, Mildred. Princess Caroline turned out to be a large brown cow.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Well, of course.
But why... Oh, well, never mind that now. Look, the thing is, she's here, and we've got to cope with her.
She's here?
Yes, Mr. Lamb's riding up and down in the lift with her to keep her out of sight.
You brought a cow to the ministry? Well, why ever did you do that?
To avoid attracting attention. Besides, where else could we take her?
To the dairy show, of course. That's what she's over here for.
Oh, glory, so that's it.
Well, how did you get her here?
In Sir Gregory's new Rolls Royce.
I'll say, was there room for all of you?
Just with Princess Caroline's head sticking out through the sunroof.
I didn't think Sir Gregory's car had a sunroof.
It has now. A kindly docker helped us make one with a pickaxe.
And didn't anyone see her coming in here?
Well, she mooed at the hall porter, but luckily old Matthews didn't look up. Just said good morning to you, madam. He just went on drinking his cocoa.
Well, I never.
Yes, we had another escape in the lift, too, with old Pringle of admin. She kept prodding him with her horns, but he's so short-sighted he thought it was Miss Lusty of Pensions taking liberties again.
Well, Mr. Lamb can't go up and down in the lift with a cow all day, now can he?
No, of course not. Now, we're going to put her in the office next door. It's empty now, Fumbler Grant's retired.
I can't go up and down in the lift anymore. I'm dizzy. And so's Princess Caroline.
No, be quiet. No, please, madam.
Your Royal Highness.
Now, why did you bring her in here, too?
Well, my trousers kept falling down.
Your trousers kept falling down?
I tied my braces round her horns so I could lead her about.
Well, look, hadn't you better get her to the dairy show? They're expecting her.
Well, as soon as we can, Mildred. But we've got to be here for the next half hour. There's a journalist coming to interview the princess.
Coming to interview a cow? What for? The Farmer's Weekly?
Mildred, this is no laughing matter.
We told the press we had a foreign princess here.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yes. I'm glad you asked me that. You're going to impersonate the princess, Mildred.
Eh?
Yes.
I should, Coco.
What?
Anyway, I can't. I've got an important staff interview at 4:45.
Oh, Lord. Well, then you'll have to do it, too.
Yes, and that... Me?
There's a hamper of clothes in the restroom. Left over from the club pantomime.
Yeah, there's wigs and everything in
I
there.
won't do it. I can't.
You must. Otherwise, the press will be onto the whole story, and then Sir Gregory will kill you.
Yes, but I mean...
Yeah, well, it's no use boggling to, is it? Now, we've got to get this cow in the office next door, and you dressed up as a princess. Now, that way, everything's going to be all right. Well, I must say, too, that grey wig suits you know.
I feel such a fool in this mauve evening dress. And must I have these balloons down my front? They're not even properly blown up.
Don't fuss, too. And remember, this is one of Fleet Street's top columnists, Marjorie Droops. Whatever you say will get big publicity. Now, we'll get rid of her as soon as we can and take that cow to the dairy show.
Oh, hello, I'm Marjorie Droops.
Good afternoon, Miss Droops. Your Royal Highness, Miss Marjorie Droops.
Does she? I'm delighted. Delighted to meet you.
Oh, this is a great honor, Your Highness. Though I must admit I wasn't quite sure from the press release which Princess Caroline you were.
Ooh.
Are you from the Baden-Baden Holsteins or the Schleswig-Holstein Holsteins?
Yes.
I see. Coming from such an old German family, Your Highness, your English is really surprising. Not a trace of an accent.
What? Oh, what? Ach, no. I have not the English good got. Good God, I have not.
Royal Highness has a very lively sense of humour, you understand, now.
Yes, I'm not sure that I do.
Oh.
Princess, as a European, what do you say about the British people?
My balloons are slipping. Get rid of them.
The British people? You say get rid of them?
They should have been properly blown up, then we'd have never had this trouble.
The British should have been blown up? This is a hot news story. I must get back to Fleet Street at once.
Don't go, Miss Droops. Perhaps I could just explain.
Don't stop her, one. We want to get rid of the cow as soon as possible.
Dare you? Just wait until you see tomorrow's paper.
How did I do, one? She didn't suspect anything, did she?
Oh, everything all right, too?
More or less.
Yeah.
Princess seemed quite happy in here. She's eaten all Fumbler's potted plants, and now she's started on his cushion. But what about that interview? Will there be a scandal in the paper?
No. I've just had a word with old Hunter. He's slapped a D notice on the whole story. They've been warned that publication is against the national interest.
Oh, well done, man. So it looks as if everything's all right.
Once they get this blasted cow to the show, they might be, yes. Now, I'll tell you what, we'll nip back to the office and brief Mildred, and then we'll be off to Earl's Court. By the way, you milked the cow, did you?
Yes, man. She was much calmer after that.
Yeah.
Trouble is, we filled 10 ministry fire buckets. What are we going to do with them?
Yeah, well, we'll sort that out tomorrow. Ah, Mildred, The cow's in the office next door, but we're just going to take it to Earl's Court, you see.
Sir Gregory rang and said he's on his way up.
Oh, Lord. Sir Gregory.
What is it, one?
Well, don't you see? We're not out of the wood. Sir Gregory's calling on his way to the concert. Well, you know him, opera cloak, white tie and tail. He's coming to collect his partner.
Oh.
And who is his partner? A large brown cow.
He won't be pleased, will he?
Look, you'll just have to tell Sir Gregory the princess didn't come.
Oh, I say, people, I've just heard from the dairy show. They've not yet received that prize cow from Hamburg.
Oh, this is Mr. Grummet, sir, from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Well, now, we collected the cow at Southampton as arranged.
Then why isn't she at Earl's Court? You've slipped up, haven't you?
I assure you, Mr. Grummet, we do not slip up in this office.
But you could easily slip up in the office next door.
Now, look here. She must be at Earl's Court by 6:30. That's when the judging starts.
Yes, well, she'll be there, Mr. Grummet, never fear.
Well, I hope so. The dairy show people are in an absolute tizzy.
Come along, man, let's go.
Yeah, hadn't you better wait till Sir Gregory's been and gone?
Good point there, Mildred. Yes, now, we don't want him to see us leading a cow down the corridor.
Well, here I am, all ready to escort Her Royal Highness to the gala concert.
My word, Sir Gregory, you do look smart in top hat and tails.
Well, I'm sure in Princess Caroline's circles, tails are always worn.
Yes, indeed.
By Jove, it's been a hard day. I could use a drink. You haven't got one, I suppose.
You could have a nice bucket of warm milk, Sir Gregory.
Sir Gregory, I'm afraid I have rather bad news for you.
Huh?
Yes. Princess Caroline didn't arrive after all.
Didn't arrive?
No.
Oh, but that's terrible. I've bought 2 expensive seats for this gala, actually paid for them. And now I've no one to go with.
Oh, poor Sir Gregory. Sometimes I feel quite sorry for him.
Oh, I can't think why. All his money, new Rolls Royce.
Oh, I say, one, we forgot to tell him about that hole in the roof.
I dare say he'll spot it. Oh, come on, we must get that cow to the dairy show.
Sir Gregory seemed quite keen on that car. I hope he doesn't think that's a brown beret on the back seat and try to put it on his head.
Oh, come along, Prince. Two.
What's that?
The cow's not here. She's gone.
Oh, surely not. Look behind the filing cabinet.
Oh, don't be daft. She must have gone down the fire escape.
I can't see her from the window. Oh, what on earth are we going to do? She's due at the show in half an hour.
Well, I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Sometimes I feel like giving up.
Well, that's not like you. You're usually the one with the thick skin.
Yes, well, there comes a time when even I... Skin.
Huh?
I've got it, too. Listen, we will have to impersonate a cow.
But we don't look like a cow.
But we would in a skin, wouldn't we? Now, there was a cow in the club pantomime. Old Rudge and Fatty Scott in a skin.
But one you don't mean.
We've no option, have we? I mean, if we don't provide a cow for the show, we'll lose our jobs. Now, quick, get the cow costume from the hamper.
Oh.
I'll be the front legs, you be the back.
I might have known.
Well, viewers, as you've probably gathered, this is Forth Robinson here at the International Dairy Show, waiting for the final judging of the cow of the year. And yes, here come the finalists. There they are. First, a West Country cow, Cornish Patsy. Then there's Sweater Girl, a big brown Jersey. And finally, a remarkable animal who's come all the way from Germany, Princess Caroline of Hamburg. Not a glamorous beast. She seems very loose-limbed, almost as if her front legs don't know what her back legs are doing. But she's highly intelligent. When she sneezed just now, she covered her mouth with her hoof. And she's taken out a handkerchief and she's blowing her nose. The other 2 cows are very alarmed by this, and dear me, they've bolted from the arena. Well, I'm afraid they'll be disqualified. That leaves only one contestant, Princess Caroline.
Attention, please. The Silver Cup for Dairy Cow of the Year has been awarded to Princess Caroline of Hamburg.
Goodness me, what's this? This extraordinary animal has extended her right hoof and taken the cup from the judges.
Oh, well, thank heaven that's over. Now, quick, too. Let's get out this skin. Lucky we found this empty room.
I'm having trouble, one. The tail's jammed in the zip. It's no good. It won't budge.
Oh, leave it. Look, I must phone Mildred. She's waiting in the office till we check back.
You can't. Supposing someone comes in and sees a cow using a telephone.
Well, if we are stuck in this skin, Mildred can arrange transport. Look, even after a cow hailing a taxi.
General Assistance Department.
Oh, Mildred, I think you'll be rather proud of us. Mr. Lamb and I have just won first prize as Cow of the Year at the Dairy Show. Can you order a ministry car to come and collect us, Mildred? Oh, and you better come over yourself. We seem to be trapped in this blessed cowskin. It may need undoing from the outside.
You're stuck in the skin? But what about the mating?
The what, Mildred?
They're going to mate today's prize cow with the prize bull from yesterday.
One. There's someone at the door.
Aye, here we are. In you go, Hamish.
What? It's a bull. Help.
Don't panic, Joe.
It's all right for you. I'm at the back.
Thoroughly cowed as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley and John Graham. The programme was written by Edward Taylor and John Graham and produced by Edward Taylor.
Join us for another spin in government circles with Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham, and the men from the ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. The General Assistance section helps out any other government department that's overloaded, bringing to their many different tasks a degree of enthusiasm which can only be described as apathy. But today, Richard Lamb seems bursting with energy.
Mildred, I've finished off the Willesden sewage report.
Oh, well done, Mr. Lamb. You've only had it 8 years.
Well, sewage is a vital problem, so this morning I plunged right into it.
That's 2 jobs you've finished this month.
Is it?
Well, there was that Foreign Office thing.
Oh, yes. Did you check if they endorsed my proposals?
I tried, Mr. Lamb, but I kept getting wrong numbers. Look, I'll have another go.
I sent them a whole portfolio of recommendations. I just hope they took some notice. These Foreign Office people need shaking up. Get on to the man who handles it.
Hello? General Assistance Department, Charles. Did you handle Mr. Lamb's portfolio?
Never. I never touched him. I don't know nothing about it.
Aren't you the Foreign Office?
Foreign Office? Do I sound like the running Foreign Office?
Well, no, I suppose not. Who are you then?
Ministry of Education.
You know, this phone system gets worse and worse. That's another wrong number.
It's no better if you go through the operator. Yesterday afternoon, I asked for the Bagshot Municipal Clerk's House.
Oh, yeah, I remember you looked a bit puzzled. What number did they give you?
The Bangkok Municipal Bathhouse. It's not good enough, Mildred. The whole of our public service needs revitalizing, starting with our own department. Look at the place. Mr. LENNOX-BROWN's carpet slippers in the in-tray, mice nesting in the filing cabinet. It's time we got with it.
Oh, what's come over you this morning, Mr. Lamb? Is it that book you're reading?
What?
That book on your desk. How to Be Dynamic, The Key to Success, reduced to 14 pence.
Well, it certainly helped, Mildred, but I've known for years that I had vast untapped potential. And Mrs. Bradley, my landlady, agrees. She thinks I should go a long way.
Does she?
Yes, she said the further the better. This book is simply showing me new techniques, ways of channeling my natural dynamism.
Well, I'll I'll pour you a cup of tea. It's a nice fresh pot.
Once I've mastered this book, they'll all be coming to me for advice. Mr. Lennox-Brown, Sir Gregory, the Minister, even the Cabinet.
Here we are, lovely cuppers. Sugar's in the saucer.
Let's ask dynamic Richard Lamb, they'll say. He's got a good head on his shoulders.
Yours is the one with 2 lumps.
The civil service needs trusting, vital youngsters like me, and for years I've been held back by old fuddy-duddies like Mr. Lennox-Brown.
Mr. Lamb?
It's up to us men of vision to take the lead.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes, Mildred?
Your elbow's stuck in the teacup.
As I was saying, Mildred, I'm going to tear aside the veil of false modesty and show the world what I'm made of. I don't want to end up a has-been who never was, a no-hoper like...
Mr. Lennox-Brown.
Yes, like Mr. Lennox-Brown. Silly old twit. Good morning, Mum.
Thank you. Morning, too, Mildred.
You don't often get here at this time, sir.
No, sorry I'm early. The trains are running late.
If the trains are late, why are you early?
I got to the station in good time for the 10:10 and caught the 9:45 by mistake.
According to my book, the morning is the best time for working. I'm going to be dynamic one. I'll be at the top of the tree.
It's really likely. Swinging from a branch and throwing down nuts.
It's easy to scoff. No one gives us youngsters a chance.
Lennox-Brown.
Good morning, Sir Gregory.
Stop chattering, man. I've just seen Miss Wigg, Assistant Director of the Post Office. Something's got to be done about the country's telephone system.
About time, Sir Gregory. About time. Only yesterday I said to the operator, long distance to Manchester. She said yes, isn't it? And rang off.
And the phones in this building, sir, are terrible. My boyfriend's extension doesn't work at all. It's ruining our relationship.
I was speaking.
Sorry, Sir Gregory. Yes, stop chattering, too.
Now, the Post Office feel they need fresh minds to look at the whole problem and make recommendations. They've asked for the help of the General Assistance Department.
And they shall have it, Sir Gregory. Oh, my word, yes. Just leave it to us, sir.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of leaving it to you, Lennox-Brown.
What?
You'll be working in liaison with Miss Wigg's assistant.
Miss Wigg's assistant?
Their telephone expert, Mr. Bell. He's the post office whiz kid, a top technical man, a dynamic, thrusting personality, I'm told.
You must have been reading my book.
Well, he's coming over tomorrow, and he'll be able to implement any plans you've come up with. So start thinking. And remember, no slip-ups.
Yes.
This task is vital for the well-being of the nation.
Have you noticed, Mum, Sir Gregory doesn't bare his teeth at us anymore?
Now get on with it.
Oh, yes, he does. You're just in time, man. Mr. Bell will be here any minute.
Yes, well, I'm aware of that, too. What's that mass of papers you're carrying?
It's my master plan for ministry phones. You know we're always getting wrong numbers.
I do, indeed. Every time I dial the House of Commons, I get the Gas Council.
Well, we must change all the numbers round.
Change them round?
Perfectly simple, one. When you ring a number, the wrong office answers. So what we have to do is to give the wrong number to the right office, and conversely, the right number to the wrong office. So that when you ring, you still get the office you've got before, but this time it's the office you want.
Let's have a cup of tea.
I put the teacups away, one.
What?
We must make a good impression on our visitor. I've also put away your golf clubs, and I've moved your slippers and the toast rack from your in tray.
Yeah, but where have you put them?
In your out tray.
You know I don't like changes, too. I don't like the sound of this chap, either. What's Sir Gregory call him? A whiz kid or something?
He'll be young and keen and thrusting like me.
He'll be straight out of university, full of new ideas and wanting to change everything.
We've got to move with the times, man. It's the only way to succeed, and we must succeed with this telephone job.
I don't see why. I believe in the old Whitehall motto. It used to be carved above our door, do you remember? If at first you don't succeed, give up.
Mr. Bell's here, sir.
Oh, good Lord, the bounders on time. That's the trouble with these youngsters. No sense of decorum. Yeah, all right, Mildred, show him in, will you?
Yes, sir. Will you come this way, Mr. Bell?
Oh, whiz kid, indeed. I know his sort.
There we are, then. Good morning, Mr. Lennox-Brown.
That's the hat stand, Mr. Bell. Here over there.
Oh, yes, good morning.
You're not Mr. Bell.
Am I not? Oh, that's odd. Oh, no, just a minute. No, you're wrong. I am Mr. Bell. Josiah
Bell.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm Lennox-Brown, and that's my junior colleague over there dusting the furniture.
I'm Richard Lamb, and I'm brimming over with ideas for modernizing the telephone.
Oh, then I hope you'll keep them to yourself. I can't be doing with you ambitious youngsters always trying to change things.
David Pardon?
Matter of fact, I can't be doing with telephones at all. If the good Lord meant us to have telephones, we'd have been born with black plastic headsets.
Well, Mr. Burr, you're a man after my own heart.
Nasty, noisy things, telephones.
Oh, certainly, yes.
Semaphore, that's your answer. So give your customer a little flag and let him stand at the window and wave it about.
Mr. Bell, I thought you were the assistant chief engineer of the post office.
Oh, yes, I am. All a mistake, you see. When I joined, I was hoping to be a postman.
Well, the country's got a telephone system, Mr. Bell, and we've been asked to improve it.
I know.
We were told that you'd carry out any ideas we thought up. Is that right?
Yes, if you insist.
We do. Of course, our real job is the National Phone Service, but I thought we should start by getting Whitehall right.
There's something in what my colleague says, Mr. Bell. I mean, every time we dial, we get a wrong number, you see.
And we get crossed lines. Oh, here, did I tell you, sir? I come in on Sir Gregory this morning, talking to Miss Bentwater in the typing pool.
Mildred, you shouldn't pass on gossip.
Well, what else can I do with it? Sir Gregory said if Miss Bentwater was tired, she could come to his office and lie down for a bit.
Please. The thing is, Mr. Bell, we always get the same wrong numbers. So it's just a question of reallocating each number to the office you get when you dial it. I worked out a whole new network.
Oh, as long as I don't have to go messing about with the wiring and so on, give me the details and I'll put it in hand.
And then I have some other plans, Mr. Bell.
Yes, good, thank you. Now, why don't you take Mr. Bell into the other room and go through them there?
All right, well, for a start, I thought we might all be computerized.
No, modern medicine never helped anyone.
Oh, I can't stand the sight of all that work going on. Now then, Mildred, what about a cup of tea?
Very impressive, Lennox-Brown. A new set of numbers for Whitehall, And all within a week. You've really got on with it.
Oh, well, I don't believe in hanging about, Sir Gregory. Now, once you've given us a job, I'd like to get my teeth into it.
Where's Lamb this morning? Hasn't he been helping you?
Oh, well, he's done his best, Sir Gregory. Sharpened the pencils and so on, But as it's really my project, you see, I didn't think it necessary to bring him with me.
Quite. Well, if you've sorted out the ministry's phones, we're all in your debt.
Wrong numbers will be a thing of the past, sir. Now, here's your new directory, and copies have been sent to each department.
Well done. And now I must get back to work. Try out some of your new numbers,
Why not, sir? Yes, perhaps a little call to the typing pool, sir. Miss Bentwater now has her own phone, you know.
Ah, yes. Good idea. She has been doing one or two things for me. I'll give her a ring.
There's the number, Sir Gregory.
222. Well, that's not difficult.
No, sir, no. Miss Bentwater's a very easy number.
What? Oh, I see. Yes. Well, thank you. That's fun.
Thank you, Sir Gregory. And happy phoning.
And now then, 222. Well, Lennox-Brown's done something right for once. Wonders will never cease. Hello, my little lotus blossom. Why don't you pop up to my office for a teensy-weensy double gin and a little bit of, you know what? What's your name? I beg your pardon. Isn't that a typing pool?
No, exactly. This is a boiler room. And any more of that filthy talk and I'll have you running. So build up, you dirty old devil, and have a cold shower.
Did I misdial? Boiler room. 322. Perhaps I did. Just a minute. How dare he speak to me like that? I'll have his ear for ashtrays. I'm to bring him back at once. Now then, 3, 2. By George, I've got a few things to say to him. Now look here, you uncouth lump. You foul-mouthed Bulgarian oaf. You'd better watch it. You know who you're talking to?
And do you know to whom you are talking?
The boiler room.
This is Miss Wigg here, Assistant Director of the Post Office. That's Sir Gregory Pitkin, isn't it?
No, it isn't me. It's the new boiler other man. Call Blimey. And the Crows.
Boiler man, eh? Well, I will not tolerate obscene phone calls. What is your name?
What? Oh, my name, LENNOX-BROWN. That'll put her off the scent, and it won't do Lennox-Brown much good either. Incompetent blackguard. Wrong number's a thing of the past, eh? Hello?
Is that the canteen?
No, it is not the canteen. It's the boiler room. I mean, it's me, Sir Gregory Pickton.
Oh, sorry, sir. Parker of Pensions here. I wanted the canteen.
Well, this is not the canteen.
The phones have gone all haywire. I rang what I thought was the canteen and asked them to send up something hot and tasty, and 2 girls arrived from admin. It's too much.
Well, send one of them away. Oh, it's incredible. Give Lennox-Brown any simple task and he'll turn it into a disaster. Well, he's done it once too often. This time, I'm going to murder him.
Poor Mr. Lennox-Brown. Have another drop of brandy. There's plenty more in the first aid cupboard.
Thank you, Mildred. I'll go right in a moment, once I get my breath back.
I've never seen Sir Gregory so angry.
Oh, because Lamb's ridiculous phone scheme didn't work. Seemed to think it was my idea.
But he had no right to attack you physically. He could have done you mischief.
Don't think it's actually broken, is it?
Well, it's gone all wobbly. It'll never be the same again.
Better put something around it.
Your wife will be upset when she sees what Sir Gregory's done to you.
Yes, she certainly will. She gave me that umbrella for Christmas.
The blooming shade.
Yes, mind you, it's not so much the umbrella, really. It's what Sir Gregory said that hurts most, you know.
Now, put it out of your mind, sir. Forget it, like I have. Just because he called you a half-baked, half-witted, good-for-nothing nitwit doesn't mean you are one. Not definitely.
But there was worse than that, you know. He actually talked of replacing me. Said I wasn't up to the job and he might have someone else take over.
They'll never find another one like you, sir.
And Lamb escaped all this through being out of the room. Where is he now, by the way?
He went up to the roof, sir.
Up to the roof? He's not opting out again, is he?
No, sir, it's his socks.
What?
He washes them in the men's room and hangs them out to dry on the telephone wire.
Lennox-Brown?
Oh, glory, it is back.
Now, I thought further about this and decided you are unfit to run this department.
What?
You're out of touch, incompetent, woolly-headed, injudicious, unstable, and plain bone idle.
Sir Gregory, if there's something about me you don't like, please say so.
I've been sitting in my office wondering who should replace you, and then I happened to look out of the window, and I saw a young man up on the roof. He seemed to be adjusting the telephone wires, no doubt seeking to repair your ghastly mistakes.
Who was this, young man, Sir Gregory?
What's he in a pair of wet socks?
He's a man I've not been much impressed with in the past, but now I begin to think I was wrong. Once he's given responsibility, I think we'll see a new side of him. He's outside now, the man I'm promoting. Come in, Richard Lamb.
Lamb?
Lamb, you and I haven't always seen eye to eye in the past. But that's all over. The slate is wiped clean. Now that you're in charge, I believe you'll surprise us.
I'm sure I will, Sir Gregory.
And don't underestimate the problems that face you. Your predecessor has brought this department to the brink of disaster.
Don't worry, I'll give it the push it needs. I know I can make a success of this job, Sir Gregory. I have my youth to help me.
You'd better get him round here quickly.
For a start, ma'am, I want these phone problems sorted out.
You can rely on me. You'll see some drastic cases.
I'm sure I shall. Look, you'd better have a spot of lunch with me today. Celebrate your promotion, right?
Oh, very kind of you, Sir Gregory. I'd be delighted.
Good. 1 o'clock at night club, then.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Well, that's it then. I'm in charge. I knew that book would change my life.
Oh, don't be daft, too.
And don't call me two anymore. Now I've taken over this department, I'm one.
If you ask me, you always were one.
And another thing, as head of the department, I shall have the swivel chair in future.
Good job.
And I'll have first crack at the tea time biscuits.
What?
And I'll have the hyacinth on my desk, and you can have that mouldy old cactus that looks like a dead gherkin.
As far as I'm concerned, you're welcome to the lot, including the ministry phone problem.
Oh, I'll soon deal with that. I'm going to make everyone change offices.
change offices?
It's the obvious thing to do. When we dial the accounts department, we always get the hall porter. So the answer is to move the hall porter up to accounts.
And the accounts department down to the hall porter's cubbyhole.
That's right. I'll make everyone switch offices. It'll stimulate their thinking.
I bet it will. Well, I'm going home. I've heard enough for one day.
Going home? Certainly not. There's work for you to do.
Work? Me? Well, how? Dare you make such a suggestion?
For a start, I want you to sweep the corridor. It's filthy.
Sweep the corridor?
That's right. A tidy building means tidy thinking.
Give me the broom, Mildred. Anything to get away from this Genghis Khan.
Oh, poor Mr. Lennox-Brown. He looks quite upset.
I've got to be firm, Mildred. Personal feelings mustn't intrude on business efficiency. Chapter 8.
Yeah, but what about all this moving offices? Do you think Sir Gregory will agree?
I'll tell him about it at lunch. I'm sure he'll be delighted.
No, I don't know. He can get quite niggly about things like that.
Well, you may have a point. My book says something about hostile reaction from seniors. Yes, here we are. New ideas sometimes upset old fogies. If this happens, use your sense of humour. When you're in trouble with senior staff, crack a joke and have a laugh. They often emphasise a point with a clever little rhyme like that.
Blimey.
It should be an interesting lunch, Mildred. Wish me luck.
Yeah, I will. You're blooming well going to need it.
Oh, that was an excellent lunch, Sir Gregory, but I'll have to sit quiet for a bit.
Have another glass of champagne.
Oh, well, if you insist.
I do. If the bill comes to less than a tenner, the expenses people won't believe I've been lunching a foreign VIP.
I expect you'd like to hear my plan for the ministry home.
Yes. I think we'd better have another bottle.
I'm arranging for everyone to change offices. Your desk has gone down to the canteen kitchen.
Has it? Well done. What? What did you say? My desk has gone where?
Between the potato peeler and the waste disposal unit.
You expect me to work in the kitchen? Me? In the kitchen?
Yes.
But what about the smell?
Oh, the cooks won't mind. They're not fussy.
How dare you, lamb? How dare you? What the devil are you playing at?
You're not pleased, Sir Gregory?
Pleased? Do I look pleased?
No. Don't worry, it was all a joke.
A joke?
Yes. New ideas sometimes upset old... we must use our sense of humour, suppose it. That is to say, don't let work be grim and bitter. Share a quip and have a tipper.
Then you weren't serious when you said you'd switch the offices around.
Wasn't I? Yeah, I wasn't, yes. Yes. Modern experts say a spot of fun helps towards greater efficiency.
Well, there may be something in that. No doubt you'll soon sort out these ministry firms. But we must see improvements in the national system. That's the main task.
I'm already moving on that, sir. I'm going up the post office tower this afternoon. It's the nerve centre of the country's telephone.
Well, I'm off on leave from this evening. I hope there'll be some action in my absence.
Definitely, Sir Gregory. I'll be making a detailed study. My assistant, LENNOX-BROWN, will be with me, and so will Mr. Bell from the post office. Isn't it exciting, Mr. Bell? I can't think why I haven't been up this tower before.
Waste of money, in my opinion.
What a marvellous view. Lennox-Brown's taking a long time to get up here.
Pity he had to walk up. It's a lot of stairs, you know.
Well, with all that equipment in the staff lift, there was only room for two of us. Here he comes. Hurry up, Lennox-Brown. We've been up here for ages.
Oh, Lord. 4,827 steps.
Never mind the statistics. Did you bring my pencil?
Yes, here you are.
Thank you. That'll be all, Lennox-Brown. As you'll have to walk down again, you'd better start now.
If you don't mind, I'll stop here for a moment to get my breath back.
Mr. Bell, I feel the British telephone system needs those new devices I heard about downstairs.
Yes, but we can't afford them. We haven't the money, you see.
Well, we must find the money. For a start, we should make proper use of this tower. As well as controlling the telephones, it could be used to make money.
But it is. There's the restaurant and the viewing gallery and the weighing machine.
But there's so much more you could do. Advertising, for instance. Think of the rates you could charge for hoardings up here. They'd be seen all over London.
Oh, bless my soul.
And free advertising for the telephone service. Oh, I can see it now. Don't sit around with your face in a wrinkle. Go to a phone box and have a quick tinkle. There are all sorts of things this tower could be used for. film locations, a funfair, discotheque.
A giant helter-skelter.
I say, what a brilliant idea. Perhaps the older generation has something to contribute after all.
Helter-skelter? The post office tower?
Yes, with people sliding down at 10pence a go. And have politicians' faces on the mats so you could sit on them all the way down. I know. Why not parachute jumping from the top?
Why not? Yes, you can only be deported.
Come along, Mr. Bell. We'll go and start making arrangements.
Look, I wasn't really serious about the helter-skelter.
Well, I am. Yeah. Don't worry your poor old head. Youth is at the helm now.
Well, I must say, Mr. Lamb, you've really changed the look of the post office tower.
Look out of the window, Lennox-Brown. There are hundreds queuing for the helter-skelter. They're all having fun at the top.
Just as well. They're in for some pain at the bottom.
And all them neon signs flashing away.
How do you like the slogan, Mildred? It's all happening now. Go, go, go with the GPO.
But some of the lights aren't working, are they?
Oh, he's right, Mr. Lamb. When it gets dark, that's going to read, "It's all no-go with the GPO."
Well, it sounds a bit teasing, Troubles, but it'll be an absolute goldmine. And we'll use the profits to modernize Britain's phone system.
Which, in the meantime, is worse than ever. Old Stringfellow dialed a speaking clock yesterday, and a woman's voice asked the time.
We've been getting wrong numbers for years.
Yes, but never as bad as this, man. Now, look, you mark my words. All that junk round the post office tower is making things worse.
Nonsense. I must phone Mrs. Bradley and tell her about tonight's supper. She asked me to bring in some fish fingers, but they were all gone, so I had to settle for sausages. I don't care what you say, Lennox-Brown. We're on the brink of a great step forward in telephone history. Hello, it's me. Just to tell you, it won't be fish fingers because there weren't any, but I've got some skinless sausages.
Would you mind repeating that statement, if you please?
Who's that?
This is the President of the United States.
What are you doing in Mrs. Bradley's house?
This is the White House, Washington.
But I want to speak to Mrs. Bradley about my hot supper.
You're speaking to the President on the hot line.
Oh, I think I must have got the wrong number. Sorry you've been troubled. Goodbye. Oh, dear. The phones are going wrong. I got the American President.
Oh, I told you, didn't I? I told you. That's delicate equipment on the post office tower. With all that paraphernalia in the way, anything can happen.
Oh, I don't feel very well.
And here is the news read by John Curl. Reports are still flooding in of chaos in Britain's telephone system. All numbers now dialed are automatically incorrect, and most people have been forced to move to the locations where their calls actually arrive. Calls to 10 Downing Street are coming through on an engineer's phone at the top of the Hampstead telegraph pole. The Cabinet are meeting on Hampstead Heath to discuss the situation, and the Prime Minister himself is up the post. The leader of the opposition is taking his calls down a hole in the pavement of Streatham Broadway. Calls to Scotland Yard are coming through in the latest section of a Turkish bath. The Home Secretary has promised to look into it. The Archbishop of Canterbury, whose phone has been ringing all night, has issued a statement emphatically denying that he advertised himself as a model in a Soho paper shop. The telephone troubles are believed to stem from the addition to the post office tower of a helter-skelter and other heavy equipment. The top of the tower has now bent over under the weight, and diners at the restaurant are being advised to fasten their safety belts.
Look out, sir. The Gregory's on his way down the corridor, and there's steam coming out of his ears.
Oh, you speak to him, man. I've got to go and wash my socks.
Stay where you are, too. You're not escaping twice.
But you're in charge again now. I resigned last week.
Yes, and just as well you did. At least I got things more or less back to normal. Think yourself lucky Sir Gregory's been away all this time.
You bungling idiots! You crackiness, boneheaded nincompoops! And you can stop trying to crawl under the carpet, Lamb. I can see you.
Yeah, I'm not dynamic anymore, Sir Gregory. I did my best, but it bent in the middle, so I opted out, and now Mr. Lennox-Brown's doing it.
What my colleague is trying to say, Sir Gregory, is that in your absence you relinquished the reins of power. I took them up again, knowing that would be your wish.
Well, I suppose at present there's no alternative.
The tower has been threatened and returned to normal, and the phones are working as before, sir. But I have great plans to modernize the whole system as you originally wished.
No. Leave it.
No?
Leave it.
Oh.
Miss Wigg tells me that since Lamb caused that chaos, telephone users have realized how well off they were before. So we'll keep things as they are.
Ah, well, just as you say, Sir Gregory. Yes, at least I've stopped that wrong number trouble.
Miss Wigg will be relieved to hear it. I must ring her and tell her the news. I suppose I was lucky to miss all the panic.
Oh, well, things were pretty bad, I can tell you, sir. You will scarcely believe it, but at one point, Lamb dialed a local call and got the American president.
Good Lord.
Yes. Well, that won't happen again.
Just to tell you, madam, that I've straightened the whole thing out. All phones are now working correctly.
Please repeat that. Afraid I do not understand.
That isn't Miss Wigg, is it?
Afraid not. Kindly ling off at once. As president, I cannot waste time chatting to decadent Western lifflaff.
President? That's not,
Yes, it bloody well is. You are interrupting thoughts of Mao.
Good Lord. Sorry, long number. I mean, Lennox-Brown.
I can explain to you.